Hey guys, head coach Robert Gray here at Victor Performance. We're going to go over our Friday, March 27th workout. Forgive me here, we got a bit of a typo. I know it says the 20th, but you can imagine that says the 27th. Before we go through our programmed warm up, as always, make sure you're going through some type of tissue prep or self myofascial release before starting our hip series for today. So again, you can reference those videos on our YouTube or Instagram. So we'll go through our hip series and our hinge raise series. Those will be linked to the videos on YouTube, or you'll see them in IGTV under our warm-up series. Then we'll go right into our strength after we've completed the warm-up. Our strength is the same strength circuit that we completed last week. So you guys should have a bit of familiarity with these exercises in this order and feel a little bit more comfortable and confident working your way through it. The reps have changed a bit. So we've got a little bit more volume with each movement. As we did last week, we want to rest about 30 seconds between each exercise. The goal of this circuit is not to get your heart rate up or get you breathing heavy. Although it may do that a little bit more than a normal strength session would. That's not necessarily the primary goal. So give yourself that time between each exercise to fully recover, or at least recover to a point where your technique isn't going to suffer, right? Your positioning, your focus on your belly breathing and maintaining the proper spinal position and that type of stuff. Okay, so you'll work through this going A, B, C, D, E, F. Once you've completed that, you'll go right back to the top. Okay, if after completing F, if you'd like to take a 30 seconds to a minute to roll out a little bit, a little spot that needs a little extra love between rounds, or even really you can do that between each exercise, right? Feel free to take that time and give those tissues that extra love with some foam rolling wherever you can sneak it in. Okay, and then your conditioning today, similar to last week, is just get outside, get on a 30-minute walk, bike ride, some low-level intensity physical activity. We don't need anything terribly intense today. Being that it's the end of the week for our conditioning. So just put as much of your mental energy and effort and focus into this strength circuit as you can. And then really just take that conditioning as more of like a recovery walk, physically and mentally, given how stressful these times can be for some of us. So coming up now will be some demonstrations of each of these exercises.
Okay, guys, so you just finished the hip series and the hinge shoulder series, and we're ready to go through our strength circuit. So I'll go through the exercises here real quick, and then you guys can get started. Remember, this workout isn't really about conditioning, right, or getting our heart rate up. You should sense some fatigue as you get deeper and deeper into the workout, but take that little 30-second, 40-second rest between your exercises early on, especially to make sure that your quality is really high late in the workout. Okay, all right, so our first exercise of our strength circuit today is a squat jump. So you can do this without any weight or with a real light weight. We're thinking 2 to 4 pounds maybe, whether you're holding it underneath your chin like a goblet or you're holding 2 light weights in each hand, okay? So we'll do 12 reps. The goal of these is to get off the ground somewhat quickly, okay? So we don't want our hands to drop below our knees on each landing. Okay, so that's your first thought there on your squat jumps. Try to keep your feet underneath your hips. Okay, landing softly, kind of like a cat would, right? Try not to make too much noise with each landing. Okay, as always, adjust your jumping height or the volume to how your joints are feeling, right? So if your knees and hips and ankles maybe just aren't into it today, you can totally adjust that movement and those reps, okay, as needed. Second exercise is going to be a single leg RDL plus a row. So we've done both of these patterns plenty already this week, just combining them now. Okay, so I'm going to go left leg on the ground, right arm holding onto my weight, go into my single leg RDL, row, and up. Okay, on the RDL, your chest is dropping forward over your foot. Okay, this back leg is long. Then on our row, we're keeping our shoulder blade moving right? Retracting on the way up, releasing the shoulder blade on the way down. Okay? After you complete your RDLs, single leg RDL plus a row, we're going into push-ups. We got 12 reps on these push-ups, so select a height that's appropriate for you. We don't want to feel this solely in our chest and in our shoulders and in our arms. We want to be able to find our high quality plank position first, right? By feeling tension in our abs, glutes, and quads before going into our reps, okay? So find that tension, make sure you're in a quality push-up position. We want to avoid, piking, excessive extension through our spine or sagging in our hips, okay? We just want to be holding that strong plank as we work through our reps. After our push-ups, then we're into iso glute bridge plus a dumbbell pullover. So feet are hip width apart, set my brace by driving my ribs down, hips up, weight up, and then from here, bring the weight back overhead, gently touch the floor, and back up. Okay, on this drill, if we need to accommodate our shoulders in any way, we can just adjust the range of motion, right, or adjust the weight down a bit if this feels uncomfortable for your shoulders. Okay, after our glute bridge dumbbell pullovers, then we're into plank up down. So these have really the same focus as our push-ups just did. Okay, and it's a very similar patterning and really consideration of position, right? So finding your abs, finding your glutes, finding your quads. Only this time we have the added variable of having to resist some rotation, okay, as we go up and down. So for this plank position, it's okay if you have a little bit of width between your feet, okay, but we still have the same tensioning, okay, and then we're dropping down onto our forearm and back up. That's one rep, okay, and we are completing 15 today, I believe. And then we'll finish today's workout, or today, the circuit, with a single leg RDL pendulum swing. So we're back in that single leg RDL stance that we were in a minute ago. Okay, this time I have a much lighter weight than I had for the row though. This is, I believe, 5 pounds at its lightest here. So I'm gonna go into my RDL, and then from here I'm staying down as I bring the weight out wide and then switch hands. Okay, so there and back is 1. I'm gonna do 10 on my left leg before switching and completing 10 on my right leg. Okay, so we have 5 rounds programmed. Go ahead and set a 30-minute clock. If you're not done at 30 minutes, you guys can shut it down at that point. That's a good amount of volume for today. After you finish the strength circuit, your conditioning for today is some type of low-level aerobic activity. Get outside, walk, go on a jog, go play, run around at the park, right? Something low-level, but get outside and enjoy the sunshine. All right, guys, have a good one.